if you're like me and many others who are going through this process right now around the globe, then you are going to get some insights from this video. So first of all, my name is Ashoo and I create videos on Kundalini Awakening, help and support directly from the first-hand experiences of my Kundalini Awakening process. I have not been taught or trained by any spiritual or religious teacher, or I don't talk about religious scriptures. I talk directly from my direct process and communication with this energy, interaction with this energy, and how I learned to sail through this process through my own trials and errors and strengthening my intuitive connection and communication with my own process and work on my healing and integration process. So you will find content that is very much applicable to what many of us are going through, and that we could apply in our day-to-day practical lives and bring the shifts in the perspectives that could help us to manage this process as we go through our lives on a daily basis. So today I'm guided to share this content on why Kundalini awakening in the initial stages seems like a burden when you are sailing through the stages of the dark night of the soul, or even you are experiencing array of symptoms that are putting your physical system and your internal world as if you are set on fire, and your whole system gets overwhelmed and even burned out from that heat of the Kundalini energy. Now, we are only talking about, besides what the symptoms are doing to you, definitely they are creating so much exhaustion, so many cycles of discomfort as it is piercing through your different chakras or energy systems. So different areas of your life you will experience are getting an opportunity to get washed off in the process. So this fire is kind of burning off what is not needed for your wellness right now. So our old system that is not used to this shift is getting overwhelmed at this time. So first, it is important to remember that no matter how much your ego tries to resist the change, it is not going to work. So that is one reason that it feels like a burden, because our ego is interfering in every move, every inch, every fractional inch this energy is trying to rise through your system. Your ego is interfering in that interaction. And it is not that you're aware that your ego is interfering. It is mostly your belief systems that are kind of given structure to your ego. They are interfering. And these belief systems are working through your unconscious. They're working through your unconscious. And that is where it becomes very important during this process to start working through it by working on expanding your awareness. So it becomes very important that you expand your energetic awareness during this process if you want to regulate the flow of this energy. That is the first thing that you can do if you're feeling an overwhelming reaction of this energy, is to start doing some processes that will help you to let the movement of this energy flow through you with much more ease. So it's basically you're trying to clear the obstructions that this energy is facing when you're feeling that sense of burden. So take your sense of burden or take your sense of discomfort as a sign from this energy that she is facing. She is facing a challenge to rise through your system, and she's trying to draw your attention to certain obstruction, certain blockage in a particular area of your life, or in your habitual pattern, or in your belief system that needs to be eradicated. And for that, it is trying to capture you in that bubble where your ego is feeling defenseless, and your ego is feeling kind of trapped in that bubble, and it's kind of struggling. I want to get out of this bubble. I want to get out of this bubble. But the divine will that has created that bubble for your ego, it's like really feeling trapped and restless and overwhelmed. So shifting your perspective to your process and understanding how your ego is trying to work through you in giving you discomfort is greatly going to help you to rise above the old conditioning that your ego has created for yourself. And piercing through that old conditioning is the need of this moment when you're experiencing any kind of discomfort. So it is a call for you by the Kundalini Mother to expand your awareness around your belief systems, unconscious belief systems that are being deposited in your cellular memory, in your DNA. So it is kind of breaking you free from the root of those energetic dynamics of those belief systems. And it's a good news if you're working on yourself and you're trying to adopt those processes that would help you to move past your old blockages in the belief systems, then you're giving this energy a smooth rise through your energetic channels. If you would like to learn these processes, I do have tools that has helped me, and you can approach me for those tools. And I do offer consultation and coaching for the integration process, as I have done it and I have seen the good results in my own process. And it was not an easy process, but it's worth investing your energy and time following the tools and processes that will help you to come out of those unending spirals and loops when there are chances you will get stuck if you do not give yourself the right navigation tools. All right. So if you're able to do it, congratulations. Well, because basically this energy is your teacher, it is a master teacher. And so if you can communicate with this energy, it is going to give you the guidance. But if you need guidance, then you're most welcome to approach me, as I could help you to sail through your process by giving you those tools. Now, this energy is kind of trying to help you understand the dynamics of the ego that is built upon the structures of the conditions that we were taught since the day we were born. So unfortunately, these conditions were not very healthy conditions, because either you're born to a really spiritually awakened parents who were aware of the conditions that a little bundle of a little child needs in order to thrive in this world, as per the universal laws and universal conditions, then you are lucky. Then you will not be facing any kind of trouble this energy is having in rising through you, because your channels are already cleaned and they have been conditioned to work in at par with the universal laws. But unfortunately, we are not born in such households where the parents were divinely following the routines, or they are having those energetic awakenings where they are going to feed the little one with that vibrational frequency so that he could tap into the light of love and live his or her life from those frequencies. Unfortunately, that is not the case around the world. There's so much of negativity. Our default nervous system has to protect itself through those default negatives and trying to search for threat in the environment all the time, unless we choose to work consciously on ourselves and understand that we are no longer living in a society where we are under threat all the time. We are living in very civilized societies where we have roof over our head, but our default brain is still that primordial millions of years of reptilian old imprints we are carrying in our nervous system. They are at work in the background. So basically, this energy is trying to remind you that you are not your primordial brain any longer. You are much more than that. And she's trying to distract you from that habitual mode of perceptual conditioning that you have been taught to live through since the day you were born. So you can imagine, how old are you when this energy has hit you? Are you 40? Are you 30? Are you 50? Whatever your age is, you can see how many years of conditioning you have lived through before that. So it is going to take some time to decondition your roots from those default negative primordial kind of inclinations, and put your energies back and plug them back into those channels where you can take a breath and say, yes, yes, I am safe. I can operate in the background from that sense of safety. And now I'm more mindful in every moment. I know I'm safe, I'm protected, I'm guided, I'm connecting to my intuition, I'm listening to my body, I'm making right decisions based upon how I'm communicating with the energy or data I'm getting from within my own self. All right. So this is called intuition. So basically, how many of us are operating like that? Not many, right? Even if we say what is intuition for us, it is guided by a lot of doubt and fear-based living. So what this energy is trying to do is it's trying to guide you into your authentic truth, which is the highest vibrational frequency of unconditional love. And to reach into that frequency of unconditional love, we first have to learn what it truly means to give that unconditional love to ourselves. Because we are operating from so many conditions. Our ego is telling stories and narratives which are based on that conditions. So it takes time to unfold those narratives and deconstruct those narratives and reconstruct the new narratives. So what basically this energy is doing is it's trying to bring your attention through that discomfort to expand your channels of awareness so that you can have a clear sight of what your conditioning looks like, how it is fear-based conditioning, what are the fears in your conditioning, and it is helping you to become aware of your fear-based conditioning and deconstruct that fear-based conditioning so that you can reconstruct more love-based conditioning. So this is your heart center. So basically what energy wants to do is she wants to bring you home here. She wants to bring you home here, and you can come here. This is your center of balance. When our upper chakras and our lower chakras, energy centers, all the stories that have been constructed in these centers, the fear that is living in these centers, it is getting uprooted through the work you're doing, the inner work that you're doing. And it's balancing the center so that you can come here and at home and stay here for a longer time now. It's so you will go through the loops where you will go up and down, and different areas of your life, different issues you're facing in your life. You have to tune to your own intuitive side and guidance that you receive during this process. But the ultimate purpose of this energy is to bring you home here in your heart center. That is your balanced center. That is also the central channel where you will feel a sense of balance. And this is about the unconditional love. This is about highest frequency of love. But to come here and really stay here requires a lot of inner work, where we have to learn to look at our demons, our shadows, and work through those shadows, and which sounds like a burden to your brain, because our habituated way of living is causing that burden right now. Your ego is creating a burden. The narratives that your ego has built and you have been conditioned to believe in, they are causing that burden. So unless you really humble down to this energy, surrender down to this energy, and start working with diligence, you will not see any progress. You will feel stuck in the patterns here. So I hope that you're able to get one point from this video. Even if one point will help you, I will feel that I have achieved my goal of serving you through this content. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you want to reach out to me for guidance, you're most welcome. The link is in the description box below. And I wish you lots of love and light. Stay happy, healthy, wherever you are. Bye.